The imposing London Coliseum Theatre doubles tonight as the Tower of London for Gilbert and Sullivan's beloved operetta, The Yeomen of the Guard, in this fun production by the English National Opera. It's a classic Gilbert and Sullivan story with the usual chaos of forbidden romances, fantastical plots and unrequited love, all served with a big dollop of sing-along tunes such as I Have a Song to Sing and When a Wooer Goes a-Wooing. The music is captivating, with standout performances by Alexandra Omens as Elsie and Richard McCabe as Jack Point the Jester. Enjoy. And if the music takes you, well, sing along.
Rail strikes hit the capital. At the great London stations, all is still. The union proclaims it could hold out for 3 months if necessary. Millions try to reach their work by any means they can, but everywhere it means waiting, waiting, and more waiting. Yesterday, the newly elected Parliament met with all its traditional pageantry. Official guests took the weather in their stride. Whilst the ceremony remains unchanged, the problems the new Parliament face are now more complex than ever. British security services today arrested decorated military leader Colonel Harold Fairfax. An intelligence committee led by State Secretary Sir Clarence Poltwhistle has described his behavior as unacceptable to the Crown. Poltwhistle claims Colonel Fairfax has passed secrets from one of Britain's top military laboratories. Fairfax has been arrested and taken to the Tower of London, where he now awaits further news of his reprieve.
sad. Hey-ho, an idle breath, yet life and death may hang upon a maid's table. An idle breath, yet life and death may hang upon a maid's hey-ho. Oh! When maiden loves, she mopes apart as owl mopes on a tree. Although she keenly feels the smart, she cannot tell what ails her heart with its sad army. It is but a foolish sigh, army, born but to droop and die. Me, yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maid's army. Yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maid's army. Army, yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maid's
Phoebe Merrill?
It's you, is it? You can just go away. I don't want you, you know.
Haven't you anything to say to me?
Oh, yes. Are the birds all caged? Are the locks, chains, bolts and bars all in good order? Are the racks, pincers and thumbscrews all ready to go to work? Ugh, you're a brute.
Your allusion to my professional duties are in dubious taste. I didn't become a head jailer because I like head jailing. I didn't become an assistant tormentor because I like assistant tormenting. We can't all be spies, you know. Ooh, well now, you brought that one upon yourself.
Colonel Fairfax is not a spy. He's a man of science.
Ooh, a man of science. Well, whatever he is, he won't be one for long. He's to be executed today. We almost got him when the fire broke out in the Beecham Tower.
I wish he'd escaped in all that chaos and confusion. Mind, there's still time for a reply to his petition for mercy.
I'm happy to chance that. This evening at 7:30.
Oh, you're a monster! To speak so unfeelingly of the death of a young and handsome soldier.
Young and handsome. How do you know he's young and handsome?
Because I've watched him every day for 2 weeks, taking his exercise on the green.
Damn him!
I do believe you're jealous of him. Jealous of a poor man I've never actually spoken to. Jealous of a poor soul condemned to die in an hour.
You make me jealous of everybody and everything. Why, I'm jealous of the very words I speak to you because they reach your ears and yet I mustn't go near them.
Jealous of words you speak to me? You know as well as I do, I don't even like your silly whispers.
You used to like them.
I used to pretend I liked them. They were mere politeness to comparative strangers.
I don't believe you know what jealousy is. I don't believe you know how it eats into a man's heart, disorders his digestion, and turns his interior into boiling lead.
is not so spent, and our days are not so faded, but that we with one consent were our loved land invaded, still would face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago, still would face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago, as in days of long ago, as in days of long ago. Still face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago. Dame Carruthers, busy today.
Busy? The fire in the Beecham has given me more than enough work. A dozen prisoners, Richard Colfax, Sir Martin Byfleet, Warren the preacher, and half a score others are all packed into one tiny cell, not 6 feet square. Poor Colonel Fairfax, who's to die today, is to be moved to number 14 in the White Tower so that he at least may have a last hour alone with his confessor, and I've to see to that.
Oh, poor man. He'll die bravely. I fought under him 2 years ago, and he valued his life as if it were a feather.
He's the bravest, handsomest, and best young gentleman in England. He twice saved my father's life. It's a cruel, wicked thing, a barbarous thing that so gallant a hero should lose his head, for it's the handsomest head in England.
For dealings with the devil. If we beheaded all in London who dealt with him, there'd be busy goings on in the Tower.
You know very well that Colonel Fairfax is a man of science. Nothing more and nothing less. This wicked tower, like a cruel giant in a fairy tale, must be fed with blood. And that blood must be of the best and bravest men in England, or it's not good enough for the old blunderbore!
Silence, you silly girl! I was born in this old keep and I've grown grey in it. And please God, I'll die and be buried in it. There's not a stone in these walls that's not as dear to me as my own right hand. When our gallant Norman foes made our merry land their own, and the Saxons from the conqueror were flying, at his bidding it arose in its panoply of stone, a sentinel unliving and undying. Insensible, I trow, as a sentinel should be, though a queen to save her head should come a-suing. There's a legend on its brow that is eloquent to me, and it tells of duty done and duty doing. The screw may twist and the rack may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn. All London and its golden hoard, I'll keep my silent shaken. From the dungeon to the block, from the scaffold to the grave, is a journey many gallant hearts have taken. And the wicked flames may hiss round the heroes who have fought for conscience and for home in all its beauty. But the grim old fortalice takes little heed of aught that comes not in the measure of its duty. The screw may twist and the rack may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn. All London town and its golden hoard, I keep my silent watch and ward.
May twist and the rack may turn.
London town and all its hoard,
Bleed and men may
London town and all its hoard. I keep my silent watch and ward.
Father! Has no reprieve arrived for poor Fairfax?
Not yet, but there's still one hope. Your brother Leonard, as a reward for his valor in saving his standard and cutting his way through 50 foes, has been appointed a yeoman of the guard. He arrives today. And as he comes straight from Windsor, where the court is, it may be, he'll bring the expected reprieve with him.
Oh, that he may!
Oh, amen to that. As the colonel twice saved my own life, I'd willingly give the rest of mine to save his. Will you be glad, Phoebe, to welcome home your brave brother, with the fame of whose exploits all England is a-ringing?
Yes, of course, if he brings the reprieve.
But not otherwise.
I just hope that Leonard won't be too strict with me.
no.
They now say he is the very dragon of virtue and circumspection. Whereas my dear old father is kindness itself
And leaves you pretty much to your own ways, eh? Well, I've no fears for you, young lass. You've a good brain on you.
That's all very well. But if Leonard is to tell me that I may not do this, and I may not do that, and I must not walk with that one or talk to this one, but go through the world like a poor nun who's renounced mankind. Why? When I have not renounced mankind, and I don't mean to renounce mankind, I just won't have it. There.
Father!
Leonard, my brave boy, I'm right glad to see you. And so is Phoebe.
Leonard, have you brought the reprieve for Colonel Fairfax?
Sister, no! I have here only a dispatch for the lieutenant, but no reprieve for Colonel Fairfax.
Poor man! Poor man!
I wish I had brought better news. I'd give my right hand, my body, my life to save his.
Listen to me. You've come today to join the yeomen of the guard,
Yes, well,
and no one has seen you but ourselves.
no one.
Then prove your words. Give me the dispatch and leave here at once. Lie hidden for a while and let no one know. I'll convey your yeoman's uniform to Colonel Fairfax's cell, and once he's in it, no one shall know him. I'll own him as my own son, the brave returning Leonard Merrill, who saved his flag and cut his way through 50 foes. And then he'll be welcomed without question by my brother yeoman, I'll warrant that. Now, how to get access to his cell? Phoebe, the key is with your sour-faced admirer, Wilfred Shadbolt.
I think I can get anything I want from Wilfrid. I think you can leave that key to me.
Then leave here at once, my lad, and bless you for this sacrifice.
Alas, I waver to and fro. Dark danger hangs upon the deed.
Dark danger hangs upon the deed.
The scheme is rash and well may fail, but ours are not the hearts that quail, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale in hours of need.
No, ours are not the hearts that quail,
The hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale in hours of need.
The air I breathe, to him I live. My life is his, I count it law.
That life is his, so count it not.
And shall I reckon risks I run when services are to be done to save the life of such an one? Unworthy thought, unworthy thought.
And shall we reckon risk we run to save the life of such an one?
Unworthy thought, unworthy thought.
We may succeed,
Who can foretell? May heaven help our hope. May heaven help our hope. May heaven help our hope. Help our hope. Be of good cheer, we may yet save Fairfax.
Look, Father! They bring the poor gentleman from the Beecham. Father, his hour is not yet come.
No, they lead him across to the White Tower to await his final hour in solitude.
Oh,
But softly, the lieutenant approaches. He should not see you cry.
Colonel Fairfax, my friend, we meet, but sadly.
Sir, I greet you with all goodwill, and thank you for the zealous care with which you've guarded me. In this happy little community, death, when he comes, does so in a punctual and businesslike fashion, so one may not be taken unawares.
Sir, you bear this bravely, as a brave soldier should.
Why, sir, it is no light boon to die swiftly and surely at a given hour, and in a given fashion. Truth to tell, I would prefer to have my life. But if that may not be, I have the next best thing, which is a punctual death. Believe me, sir, my lot is not so unfortunate.
Oh, Father, I cannot bear this.
Oh, there, my child.
Why are you weeping, miss? Come, be comforted. Such a life as mine is not worth crying for. Sergeant Merrill, is it not? Sir, may I greet my old friend? Why, man, what's all this? You and I have faced the grim old king a dozen times. And never has his majesty come to me in such a goodly fashion. Keep a stout heart, good fellow. We're soldiers. We know how to die, you and I. Take my word for it. It's much easier to die well than to live well. I should know. I've tried both. Is life a boon? If so, it must befall. that death, whene'er he call, must call too soon. Though fourscore years he give, yet one would pray to live another moon. What kind of plaint have I, who perish in July, who perish in July? I might have had to die, perchance in June. I might have had to die, perchance in June. Is life a thorn? Then count it not a whit. Nay, count it not a whit. A man is well done with it. Soon as he's born, he should on means essay to put the plague away. And I, war-worn, a captured fugitive, my life most gladly give. I might have had to live another morn. I might have had to live another morn. Sir Richard, I have a final request. I'm in this frightful position for no better reason than because my uncle, Sir Clarence Poltwhistle, one of the Secretaries of State, has charged me with espionage in order that he may succeed my estate, which devolves to him, provided I die unmarried.
As it seems you will most surely do.
As I will most surely not do. For by your worship's grace, I have a mind to thwart this good cousin of mine.
How?
By marrying forthwith.
But heaven have mercy, whom would you marry?
I'm indifferent on that score. Impending death has made me chivalrous. So, good lieutenant, if you would serve a poor soldier who had but an hour to live, find me the first that comes. Your confessor can marry us, and her dowry will be my dishonoured name, and £100 to boot. No poor pension for only an hour of matrimony.
What a strange request.
There never was a marriage fraught with so little evil to the two contracting parties. In an hour, why, she'll be a widow. And I, well, a bachelor again, for aught I know.
Well, I will see what can be done. For I hold your uncle Sir Poltwhistle in true abhorrence for the scurvy trick he has played on you.
1,000 thanks, good sir. We shall meet again on this spot in an hour or so. With luck, I shall be a bridegroom then, and your worship can wish me joy. Till then, farewell. I'm ready, good fellows.
He is a brave fellow. Such a pity he should die. Now, how to find him a bride at such short notice? Well, the task should be easy.
Cheerful folk who would make all merry as ourselves. For look you, there is humour in all things. Oh yes, there is, missus. And the truest philosophy is that which teaches us to find it and to make the most of it.
Hands off, you ill-mannered man!
Oi, oi, oi! Did you not hear her say hands off?
Yeah, I heard her say it, and I felt her do it.
Didn't.
What then?
And you don't see the humour in that?
No, if I do, hang me.
You don't see the humour in it. Now observe, she said hands off. Whose hands? Yours. Of whom? Of her. Why? Because she is a woman. Now, had she not been a woman, your hands would not have been set upon her in the first place. So the reason for the laying on of hands is the reason for the taking off of hands. And herein is contradiction contradicted. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, how can we entertain you? We can rhyme you a couplet, a sonnet, a limerick. There was a young girl called Regina who had an enormous... Or we can dance for you!
The jitterbug?
The twist! Oh, better not be bang. Hand jive? No, don't like that one. How about the bunny hop?
Let's give them the singing farce of the merry man and his maid. There's song and dance in that too. Take a seat. I need to tune.
Should have done that before we got here.
Quickly, sorry. There.
Right. I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the moon by a lovelorn moon who fled from the mocking throng, oh. It's the song of a merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me like a day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing, who love with a love lifelong, oh. It's a song of a merry maid, pretty proud, who loved her lord, but who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me like a deity. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
Isn't she beautiful? It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding-dong, oh. It's the song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble merry maid peerly proud, who loved her lord but who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, for it tells of a right or wrong, oh. It's a song of a merry maid once so gay, who turned on her heel and tripped away from the peacock popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble heart that he did not prize. So she begged on her knees with downcast eyes
Come on now.
Gentlemen, I am armed.
Back, sirs, back! This is going too far!
Oh, you don't see the humour in it then, eh? Yeah, there is humour in all things, even in this.
What is this pother?
Well, sir, we sang to these folk, and some of these gentlemen would have repaid us with gross courtesy.
Away with you all! Clear this rabble! Now, my girl, who are you and what are you doing here?
So this is Jack Point, and I'm Elsie Maynard. 2 strolling players. At your worship's service, we travelled from town to town, place to place, singing and dancing, and so we make a meagre living.
You two, are you man and wife?
Oh, no, sir. For though I am a fool, there is a limit to my folly. Oh, tough crowd. No, you see, her mother, old Bridget Maynard, travels with us. For Elsie is a good girl, but the old woman is in bed with a fever, and we've come here to make some money in order to buy medicine for her.
Your mother is ill?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorely ill, sir.
And needs good food and many things you can't afford to buy?
Alas, sir, it is too true.
Would you earn £100?
£100? Oh, yes! Well, that would surely save her life.
Then listen. A worthy but unhappy gentleman is to be executed in an hour on this very spot. For sufficient reasons, he desires to marry in private before he dies, and has asked me to find him a wife. Will you be that wife?
The wife of a man I've never seen.
Now hold on, sir. I am very concerned in this. For though I am not yet wedded to Elsie Maynard, you know, time works wonders. There's no knowing what may be in store for us. Do we have your worship's word that this gentleman will definitely die today?
Nothing is more certain, I'm sad to say.
And that this young woman will be allowed to depart the very instant the execution's at an end?
Well, the very instant. I pledge my honour on it.
£100.
£100?
For my part, I consent. Oh, it is for Elsie to speak.
How say you, maiden, will you wed a man about to lose his head? For half an hour you'll be your wife, and then the dowry's yours for life. A headless bridegroom I refuse. If truth the poets tell, most bridegrooms ere they marry lose both head and heart as well.
A strange proposal you reveal. It almost makes my senses reel. Alas, I'm very poor indeed, and such a sum I sorely need. My mother, sir, is like to die. This money life may bring. Bear this in mind, I pray, if I consent to do this thing.
Though as a general rule of life I don't allow my promised wife, my lovely bride that is to be, to marry anyone but me. Yet if the fee is promptly paid, and he in well-earned grave within the hour is duly laid, objection I will waive. Yes, objection I will waive. Temptation, no temptation would be a day intended to shun whatever station your fascination splendid, or fall where we view you, head over heels into you, head over heels, head over heels, head over heels into you, head over heels, head over heels, head over heels,
So, good fellow, you are something of a comedian.
Yes, sir, and like many of my jokes, out of place.
I might have just the vacancy for such a man. Tell me, what are your qualifications for such a post?
Marry, sir, I have a pretty wit. I can rhyme you extempore. I can convulse you with quip and conundrum. I've the lighter philosophies at my tongue's tip. I can be merry, wise, quaint, grim, and sardonic, one by one, or all at once. I've a pretty turn at anecdote. I know all the jests, ancient and modern, past, present,
and to come.
I can riddle you from dawn of day to set of sun. And if that contents you not, well on into midnight and the small hours. Oh, sir, I am a funny man, I warrant you. A funny, funny man. I jibe and joke and quip and crank for lowly folk and men of rank. I ply my craft and know no fear, but aim my shaft at prince or peer. At peer or prince, at prince or peer, I aim my shaft and know no fear. I've wisdom from the east and from the west, that's subject to no academic rule. You may find it in the jeering of a jest, or distill it from the folly of a fool. I can teach you with a quip if I've a mind. I can trick you into learning with a laugh. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. I can set a braggart quailing with a quip. The upstart I can wither with a whim. He may wear a merry laugh upon his lip, but his laughter has an echo that is grim. When they're offered to the world in merry guise, unpleasant truths are swallowed with a will. For he would make his fellow creatures wise, should always gild the philosophic pill. For he would make his fellow creatures wise, should always gild the philosophic pill.
Tell me, how came you to leave your last employ?
Why, sir, my last engagement was with one Sir Mackintosh, and it was deemed that one of my jokes was unsuited to his exalted company. In truth, sir, I ventured to ask a poor riddle, wherein lay the difference between Sir Mackintosh and poor Jack Point. He was pleased to give up. I told him that whereas Sir Mackintosh was paid £100,000 a year for being good, poor Jack Point was good for nothing. Yeah, it was a poor joke, sir. But it so offended his sirship that he called me a witless clown and fired me. I'd rather not work again for West End royalty.
But I trust you are careful not to give offence.
Sir, my jokes are most carefully selected. Anything insulting or objectionable is expunged.
Can you give me an example? Say I had sat down hurriedly on something sharp.
Why then, sir, I should say that you had sat down upon the spur of the moment.
I don't think much of that. Is that the best you can do?
Well, it's always been much admired, sir, but we will try again.
Well then, I'm at dinner, and the joint of meat is but half cooked.
Why then, I should say that what is underdone cannot be undone, I thank you.
I see. I think that manner of thing might become somewhat irritating.
At first, sir, yes, but you know, use is everything, and you would come in time to like it.
Supposing I caught you kissing the kitchen wench under my very nose.
Under her very nose, good sir, not under yours. That's where I would kiss her. Oh, will you take me, sir? I'm a funny man, I warrant you. I'm a funny man. I'm a funny man.
Follow me, and we will discuss this matter at length.
I follow as your worship servant. At least I hope I soon shall be. But before proceeding to a more serious topic, can you tell me, sir, can you tell me why a cook's brain pan is like an overwound clock?
Truce to this fooling. Follow me!
Just my luck. My best conundrum wasted.
What could a dying man have wanted with that strange singing girl? That's what puzzles me. I would have fain espied them, but they stopped up the keyhole. My keyhole.
Wilfrid and alone. Now, to get the keys from him. Wilfrid, has no reprieve arrived?
None. Your adored Fairfax is to die.
Now you know very well I have nothing but pity for the poor condemned man.
I know that he who is about to die is more to you than I, who am alive and well.
Why, that's not true, dear Wilfrid. Don't they say that a live ass is better than a dead lion?
Oh, they say that, do they?
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. It's unpardonably rude of them. Not that it applies to you, who are clever beyond all telling.
Oh, yes, as an assistant tormentor.
No, as a wit, as a humorist, as a most philosophical commentator on the vanity of human resolution.
It's true. I have seen great resolution give way under my persuasive methods. In the 100th part of a single revolution of a thumbscrew lies all the difference between stony reticence and a torrent of impulsive unbosoming that the pen can scarcely follow. I am a mad wag.
You are. You are a most light-hearted and delightful companion. Your anecdotes of the torture chambers are the prettiest tales.
I'm pleasant when I choose to be. The merriest dog that barks. We really might be so happy together.
Perhaps. I don't know.
You would make a most tender and loving wife.
Yes, to one whom I really loved. For there's a wealth of love within this little heart saving up for... Now I wonder whom. Of all the world of men, I wonder whom. To think that he who I am to wed is now alive and somewhere, perhaps very far away, perhaps very close at hand, and I know him not. It seems that I'm wasting my time in not knowing him.
Say that it is I. That suppose it just for once. Say that we are wed. Suppose it only. Say that you are my beautiful bride, and I your bright, cheery, joyful, frolicsome husband, and that the day's work being done, and the prisoners all stored away for the night, and you and I are alone together with a long, long evening before us.
It is such a pretty picture. And yet, I scarcely know. It comes so unexpectedly. And yet, were I thy bride...
Ah, wert thou my bride?
Oh, how I'd love thee!
Were I thy bride, then all the world beside were not too wide to hold my wealth of love. Were I thy bride, upon thy breast my loving head would rest, as on her nest the tender turtle dove. Were I thy bride, this heart of mine would be one heart with thine, and in that shrine our happiness would dwell. Were I thy bride, and all day long our life should be a song, no grief, no wrong should make my heart rebel. Were I thy bride, the silvery flute, the melancholy lute, when I toss hoot to my low whispered coo. Were I thy bride, skylark's trill were but discordant shrill to the soft thrill of wooing as I do.
Not yet. But Lord, how she wooed me. This wooing is not of the common order. This is the wooing of one who needs must woo me, or she'd die for it.
So far, the deed is safely accomplished. Phoebe, that little slyboots, how she wheedled him. What a helpless ninny is a lovesick man. Oh, but Colonel Fairfax comes. Good heavens, he's only just in time for the yeoman parade for his execution in 2 minutes.
My good and kind friend, you run a grave risk for me.
Oh, Tutso, no risk at all. I'll warrant no one will recognize you. You make a brave yeoman, sir. Now, this collar is too high, this belt too loose. Come. Now, here is your party's answer. Carry it thus. The yeoman come. Now remember, you are my brave son, Leonard Merrill.
If I cannot bear my own name, there is none other I would bear so readily.
Put a bold face on it, for they come. Tower warders, nursed in wars and arms, suckled on gunpowder and weaned on glory. Behold my son, whose all-subduing arms have formed the theme of many a song and story. Forgive his aged father's pride, nor cheer his aged father's sympathetic tear. And spare me this ovation. I have small claim to such consideration. The tales that of my prowess unparaded have been prodigiously exaggerated. Prodigiously exaggerated. Please tell us wherever violence is found, true modesty will there abound. Didst thou not, O Leonard Merrill, stand and lost in last campaign, rescue it at deadly peril, bear it safely back again? Hold it safely back again. Didst thou not, when prisoner taken and debarred from all escape, face with gallant heart unshaken death in most appalling shape? Truly I was to be pitied, having but an hour to live. I reluctantly submitted,
I had no alternative. Oh, the tales that are narrated of my little daring do have been much exaggerated, very much exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is true, scarce a word of them is true. They are most exaggerated, not all exaggerated, could not be exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is true.
Leonard!
I beg your pardon.
Don't you know me? I'm little Phoebe.
Phoebe? Is this Phoebe? What? Little Phoebe? Who the deuce may she be? It can't be Phoebe, surely.
Yes, 'tis Phoebe, your sister Phoebe, your own little sister.
Aye, she is the truth. She is Phoebe. Sister Phoebe.
Oh, my brother.
Why, how you've grown. I did not recognize you.
So many years. Oh, my brother.
Oh, my sister. Oh, sister. Oh, sister.
Hug him, girl. There are three thou mayst hug, thy father and thy brother and myself.
Thyself, forsooth, and who art thou thyself?
Good sir, we are betrothed.
Or more or less. But rather less than more.
To thy fond care I do commend thy sister. Be to her an ever-watchful guardian, eagle-eyed, and when she feels, as sometimes she does feel, disposed to indiscriminate caress, be thou at hand to take those favors from her. Be thou at hand to take those favors from her.
Yes, yes. Be thou at hand to take those favors from me.
To thy fraternal care, thy sister I commend, from every lurking snare, thy lovely charge defend, and to achieve this end, O grant, I pray, this boon, O grant this boon. She shall not quit thy sight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to eventide, from mid-twilight 11 at night, from mid-twilight 11 at night, she shall not quit thy sight.
So immoral I've grown, so innocent as well, that if I'm left alone, the consequences fell. No mortal can foretell. So grant, I pray, this boon. Oh, grant this boon. I shall not quit thy sight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2
be readiness for my fair sister's sake. At once I answered yes, that task I undertake. My word I never break, I freely grant that boon, and I'll repeat my plight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to evening meal, from dim twilight to leven at night, from dim twilight to leven at night, and from the fact I will see. to tell the news I bear. I and my comrades sought the prisoner's cell. He is not there. He is not there. We saw the prisoner said he is not there. As escort for the prisoner, we sought his cell in duty, but the double breakings of the one the prisoner had told me. We hunted high, we hunted here. The man we sought had supersure had vanished into empty air. The man we sought with majesty had vanished into empty air.
Astounding news, the prisoner fled. Thy life shall forfeit be instead. My lord, I did not set him free. I hate the man, my rival he. The prisoner gone, I born again. Thy life shall forfeit be instead. Who could have helped him to escape? My lord, I did not set him free.
I can't imagine who. I've no idea at all. Have you?
Of his escape and traces lurking, Chapman must have been at work. What have I done? Oh, woe is me! I am his wife and he is free!
Oh, woe is you! Your anguish sink. Oh, woe is me, I rather think. Oh, woe is me, I rather think. Yes, woe is me, I rather think. Whatever tide you are his bride, and I am left alone bereft. Woe is me, I rather think. Oh, woe is me, I rather think. Woe is me, yes, woe is me, yes, woe is me, yes, woe is me.
of stone, all are in vain. Prisoners flown. Spite of ye all, he is free, he is free. Whom do ye want? Pretty warders are ye. Pretty warders are ye. Whom do ye want? Spite of ye all, he is free, he is free. Whom do ye want? Pretty warders are ye.
Up and down and in and out, here and there and round about, every chamber, every house, every secret of the house, every dress in the keep, where a beetleman can creep, every outlet, every drain, and we search not all in vain, all in vain. Every house, every cheek, every drain, every chamber, every outlet, and we search not all in vain. What is our need? What do we want? What is our need? What do we want?
The Bumper Book of Jokes, page 538, The Poor Wit and the Rich Counsellor. All right, then. A certain poor wit, being an hungry, did meet a large well-fed counsellor. Marry, fool, quoth the counsellor, whither away? In truth, sir, said the poor wit, in that I have eaten naught these 2 days, I do wither away, and that right rapidly. The counsellor laughed hugely and gave him a sausage. That counsellor was easier to please than my new boss, the lieutenant. I'd rather take a post under him. Ah, 'tis but melancholy mumming when poor heartbroken, jilted Jack Point must needs turn to the Bumper Book of Jokes for original light humour.
Oh, Master Point!
Aha, good friend jailer. Rather, jailer that was. Or jailer that never shall be more. Jailer that jailed not. Or that jailed, if jail he did, so unjailily, that 'twas but jailing in joke. Ha ha! Though no joke to him, who by unjailer-like jailing did so jeopardize his jailership. Still got it. Oh. Come, take heart, be merry. Smile, laugh, wink, twinkle, thou tormentor that now tormentest none. Thou racker that rackest not. Thou pincher out of place. Come, take heart and be merry as I am. As I am.
Aye, it's fine for you to laugh. You've got a good post. Cause to be merry.
Cause? Have we not all cause? Is not the world a big butt of humour into which all who will may drive a gimlet? See, I'm a salaried wit, and is there anything in nature more ridiculous? A poor, dull, heartbroken man who must needs be merry or he'll be punched, who must be funny lest he starve, who must jest you, jibe you, quip you, crank you, rack you, riddle you from hour to hour, from day to day, from year to year, lest he dwindle, perish, pine and die. Why, when there's naught else to laugh at, I laugh at myself until I ache.
I've often thought a comedian's calling would suit me.
You? Would suit you? You death's head and crossbones?
Why, I have a wit. A light, airy, joyful wit, spiced with anecdotes of prison cells and torture chambers. I've a very delicate wit. I've tried it out on many a prisoner, and there have been some who smiled. And it's not easy to make a prisoner smile. Nor should it be too difficult to be a good comic, seeing that you're one.
Difficult? Nothing easier. Nothing easier. I'll prove it to you.
Great.
All right, then. Get up there, cross your legs, do what you like. Get your ears on, I'm going to give you a lecture. Oh, a private buffoon is a light-hearted loon if you listen to popular rumour. From the morn to the night he's so joyous and bright, and he bubbles with wit and good humour. He's so quick and so terse both in prose and in verse, and though people forgive his transgression, there are one or two rules that all qualified fools must observe if they love their profession. There are one or two rules, half a dozen maybe, that all qualified fools of whatever degree must observe if they love their profession. If you wish to succeed as a comic, you'll need to consider each person's auricula. What's all right for B would quite scandalize C, for C is so bloody particular. And D may be dull and E's very thick skull is as empty of brains as a ladle, while F is F sharp and will cry with a carp that he's known your best joke from his cradle. Though your humour they flout, you can't let yourself go, and it does put you out when a person says, "Oh, I've known that old joke from that cradle." If your boss is quite surly from getting up early, most tempers are short in the morning. An inopportune joke is enough to provoke him to give you at once a month's warning. Then if you refrain, he is at you again, for he likes to get value for money. He'll ask then and there, with an insolent stare, if you know that you're paid to be funny. Oh, it adds to the task of a merryman's place when your boss goes and asks with a scowl on his face. Now, you do know that you're paid to be funny, don't you, lad? Because I'm not seeing much evidence of it at the moment. No, I'm not. Comes a bishop, maybe you're much worse, an MP, oh, beware of his anger-provoking. Better not mock his hair, don't stick pins in his chair, they don't understand practical joking. If the songs that you chant have a European slant, you may get a weak smile as they exit. But should they by chance be imported from France, bet your life they'll be buggered by Brexit. As a general rule, though your soul it will quench, if a qualified fool tells a joke that's too French, bet your life they won't laugh because of Brexit. Going very well so far, isn't it? Though your head it may rack with a bilious attack and your senses with toothache you're losing, don't be mopey and flat, they don't hire you for that. No, you're paid to be quaint and amusing. Though your wife ran away with her lover that day and took with her your kids and your money, bless your heart, they don't care if you're close to despair. All they want is for you to be funny. It's a comfort to know if your partner skips town. Though you suffered a blow, all they want is a clown. You just have to step out and be funny. Oh, I can't be arsed with any of it. So you still want to be a comedian?
Definitely.
Then listen. My sweetheart, Elsie Maynard, was secretly wed to this chap Fairfax half an hour before he escaped.
She did well.
She did well. She did not do well. She did nothing of the sort. Hold thy peace. Now, while this Fairfax lives, she is dead to me and I to her. So my jibes and jokes notwithstanding, I am the saddest, sorriest dog in all England.
You are a very dull dog indeed.
Now, if you will swear that you shot this Fairfax while he was trying to swim across the river, it needs but the discharge of an arquebus on a dark night, and that he sank and was seen no more, In just 2 days, I will make you the very king of comedians. What'd you say to that?
I am to lie?
Yes, George Washington, heartily. But the lie must be a lie of circumstance, which I will support with the testimony of my eyes, my ears, and my tongue.
And then you'll qualify me as a comedian?
As a comedian? Puh. As a jester among jesters. I will teach you all my original songs, my self-constructed riddles, my own ingenious paradoxes. Nay, I may even reveal to you the source from whence I get them. Now, what do you say?
If it is but a little lie you want from me, I hold it cheap enough. I say yes.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, it is a bargain!
Oh, you're a man!
Hereupon we both agreed, all that we two do agree to, we'll secure by solemn deed, to prevent all merrimental.
You and Elsie are to call with a story grim and gory.
How this Fairfax died and all, I declare to, you're to swear to.
I to swear to.
I declare to.
I to swear to.
I declare to.
I to swear to.
You're to swear to. I declare to.
Tell a tale of cock and bull, of convincing detailful.
Tales tremendous and defenders, what a tale of cock and bull. In return for my own part, I am making undertaking to instruct me in the art amazing, wonder-raising
of a jester jesting free, proposition, high ambition,
and a lively one I'll be, waggle-wagging, never flagging,
waggle-wagging,
never flagging,
waggle-wagging,
never flagging,
never flagging,
waggle-wagging, never flagging.
Tell a tale of cock and bull,
of convincing detailful, tales tremendous and defenders. What a tale of cock and bull!
What a tale of cock!
What a tale of bull!
What a tale of cock!
What a tale of bull!
What a tale of cock and bull! Cock and bull! Cock and bull! Heaven defend us! What a tale of cock and bull!
"2 days gone, and still no news of poor Fairfax. Ha ha ha! The dolts! They seek him here, they seek him there. They seek him everywhere, save within a dozen yards of his own dungeon. So, it appears, I'm free. Free, but for the haste with which I hurried headlong into the bonds of matrimony with heaven knows who. As far as I can remember, she sounded young. But even had our faces not been blindfolded, I doubt whether in my fearful plight I should have taken much notice of her. Free? Ha! The Tower bonds feel like a thread of silk compared with these conjugal fetters which I, fool, placed upon my own hands. From prison, I broke free readily enough. Now, how to break from a marriage?
Free from his fetters grim, free to depart, free both in life and limb, in all but heart. Bound to an unknown bride for good and ill. Ah, is not one so tied, a prisoner still, a prisoner still. Ah, is not one so tied, a prisoner still.
Free yet in fetters held, till his last hour, gyves that no smith can weld, nor rust devour. Although a monarch's hand had set him free, of all the captive band, the saddest he, the saddest he. Of all the captive band, the saddest, saddest he. Sergeant Merrill, how fares thy pretty charge, Elsie Maynard?
Oh, very well, sir. She seems quite strong again and will leave us tonight.
Thanks to Dame Carruthers' nursing, eh?
Oh, that was a sorry trick you played on me, sir, to bring the fainting girl to me. It gave Carruthers an excuse for taking up quarters in my house. And for the last 2 years, I've dodged that like the plague. Another day of it and she'd have married me. Oh, good Lord, here she is again. I'll be off.
Sergeant Merrill! Don't go! I've something to say to you.
It's coming.
I think I'm not wanted here.
Master Leonard, I've nothing to say to your father that his own son may not hear.
Oh, yes. That's true. I'm one of the family. I'd quite forgotten.
It's about this Elsie Maynard. She's a very pretty girl, Master Leonard.
Fair as peach blossom. What then?
And she has a liking for you, if I'm not mistaken.
For me?
But be warned. Give not your heart to her. Oh, I know what it's like to give my heart to one who will have none of it.
Yes, she knows all about that. But why should my boy take heed of her? She's a good girl, Dame Carruthers.
She's no girl. She's a married woman.
A married woman? Tush, old woman. She's promised to Jack Point, the lieutenant's new jester.
Tush, old man. As my niece Kate sat by her bedside, this Elsie slept, and as she slept, she moaned and groaned, and "How will I marry one I've never seen?" she cried. And £100! And is it certain he will die in an hour? And then, I love him not, and yet I am his wife. Is that not so, Kate?
Aunt, it is so.
Are you sure of this?
Yes, sir, for I wrote it all down.
Mark my words. It's of this Fairfax she spoke, and he is her husband, or I'll swallow my kirtle.
Is this true, sir?
True? Why, the girl was raving. Why should she marry a man who had but an hour to live?
Marry? Why, there are those who would marry but for a minute, rather than die old maids.
Aye, and I know one of them.
Strange adventure, maiden wedded to a groom she'd never seen. Never seen. Groom about to be beheaded in an hour on Tower Green. Groom in dreary dungeon lying, groom as good as dead or dying, for a pretty maiden sighing, pretty maid of 17, 17. Strange venture that withdrawing, modest maiden, gallant groom. While the funeral bell is tolling, 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 bim-a-boom. Modest maiden will not tarry, for what 16 years she carry. She must marry, for the altar be our tomb. Tower, 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 tomb. Tower, tomb. Tower, tomb. For the altar be our tomb. Tower, 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 tomb.
So, my mysterious bride is none other than this charming Elsie. That's no ill plunge in fortune's lucky bag. I might have fared worse with my eyes open. But here she comes, now to test her principles. It's not every husband who has the chance of wooing his own wife. Mistress Elsie!
Oh, Master Leonard!
So, you leave us tonight?
Yes, Master Leonard. Oh, I have been so kindly tended here. I am almost loath to go.
And this Fairfax? Were you glad when he escaped?
What? Colonel Fairfax? Oh, truly, Master Leonard, it is a sad thing that a young and brave gentleman should have to die in the very fullness of his life.
So when you fainted in my arms, it was for sheer joy at his safety?
I was highly wrought, Master Leonard, and I am but a girl. And so, when I am highly wrought, I faint.
Elsie, you must know, I'm consumed with a parlous jealousy.
Of whom?
Why, of this Fairfax, surely.
Colonel Fairfax.
Can I be frank, Elsie?
Well, yes.
I love you. Ardently. Passionately.
Oh.
Elsie, I have loved you these 2 days, which is a long time, and I would gladly join my life to yours.
Oh, Master Leonard, you're joking.
May I shrivel into raisins if I jest? I love you, Elsie Maynard, with a love that is a fever, with a love that is a frenzy, with a love that eats up my heart. What say you? You will surely not let my heart be eaten up.
What am I to say?
Do you love me? Or have you been insensible these last 2 days?
Oh, sir, I may not listen. I am not free. I am a wife.
A wife? Whose? His name, his hours are numbered, his grave is dug, and his epitaph set up. Come, his name.
Oh, sir, please, keep my secret. It is the only barrier that fate could set up between us. My husband is none other than Colonel Fairfax.
Fairfax? The greatest villain unhung? The most ill-favored, ill-mannered, ill-natured, ill-omened, ill-tempered dog in Christendom?
Oh, perhaps, but he is nothing to me. I never saw him. We were blindfolded, and he was to have died within the hour, only he did not die. And now I am wedded to him, a wife, and I don't know what to do.
He was to have died? And he did not die? The scoundrel! The perjured, traitorous villain! You should have insisted on his dying first to make sure. It's the only way with these Fairfaxes.
Oh, I wish I had.
Oh, bloodthirsty little maiden. A fig for this Fairfax. Be mine, Elsie. He will never know. He dare not show himself, and if he dare, what are you to him? Fly with me, Elsie. We will be married tomorrow, and you will be the happiest wife in England.
Master Leonard, I am amazed. Is this how brave soldiers speak to poor girls? For shame. Sir, I am wed, not any less because I do not love my husband. I am a wife. I have a duty. And, sir, your words terrify me. They are not honest. They are wicked words and unworthy of your great and brave heart. Stop laughing. Shame on you, sir. No,
Elsie,
it's not
please,
funny.
please, I jest. I spoke but to try.
Hark! What was that, sir?
Why, an arquebus fired from the wharf, unless I much mistake.
Strange, and at such an hour. What can it mean?
No one can better read the shots of ancient lights. Enough to cause a fight. What can the portrait mean?
Shot. At once the truth declare. My lord, 'twas I, to rashly judge, forbear.
My lord, 'twas he, to rashly judge, forbear.
Like a ghost his vigil keeping,
Or a spectre all appalling.
I beheld a figure creeping.
I should rather call it crawling.
He was creeping.
He was crawling.
He was creeping,
Crawling.
He was creeping.
He was crawling.
He was creeping.
Crawling.
Not a moment's hesitation, I myself upon him flung. With a hurried exclamation to his draperies I hung. Then we closed with one another in a rough and tumble smother. Colonel Fairfax and no other was the man to whom I clung. After mighty tug and tussle,
It resembled more a struggle.
he by dint of stronger muscle,
Or by some infernal juggle.
from my clutches quickly sliding,
I should rather call it slipping.
with the view, no doubt, of hiding,
Or escaping to the ship.
with a gasp and with a quiver.
I describe it as a shiver.
Down he dived into the river, and alas, I cannot swim. Ingenuity is catching with the view making of pleasing arquebus from sentry snatching.
I should rather call it seizing.
With an ounce or two of blade, I dispatched him through the head. I discharged it without winking. Little time I lost in thinking. Like a stone I saw him sinking.
I should say a lump of lead.
Like a stone I saw him sinking.
I should say a lump of lead.
Like a stone, me boy, I said.
Like a heavy lump of lead.
Like a stone, me boy, I said.
Like a heavy lump of lead.
Anyhow the man is dead, whether stone or lump of lead. The river must be dragged, no time be lost. The body must be found at any cost. To this attend without undue delay. So set to work with what dispatch he may.
Yes, set to work with what dispatch we may.
Nay, sweetheart, be comforted. This Fairfax was but a pestilent fellow, and as he had to die, he may as well die this way as any other. It was a good death.
But still he was my husband, and now he is dead, and so my tears may flow.
And you saw all of this?
Yep, with both eyes at once, this one and that one. You see, the testimony of one eye is naught, he may lie. But when it's corroborated by the other, it's good evidence. here are both present in court, ready to swear to him.
Are you sure it was Colonel Fairfax? Did you see his face?
Oh, yes. And a plaguey, ill-favoured face it was, too. A very hangdog face. A felon face. A face to fright the hangman himself. A plaguey bad face, take my word for it. How they laugh. 'Tis ever thus with simple folk. An accepted wit has but to say, pass the mustard, they raw their ribs out.
If I ever come to life again, you shall pay for this, Master Point.
Now, Elsie, you are free to choose again, so... Behold me! I am young at heart. I'm well-favoured. I have a pretty wit. I can jest you, jibe you, quip you, crank you, rack you, wriggle you.
Shush, man! You know not how to woo. It's not to be done with time-worn jests and threadbare sophistries or quips and conundrums. It is an art in itself, and must be studied gravely and conscientiously. A man would woo a fair maid, should prentice himself to the trade, and study all day in methodical way how to flatter, cajole, and persuade. He should prentice himself at 14, and practice from morning to e'en. And when he's of age, if he will not engage, he may capture the heart of a queen. The heart of a queen.
It is purely a matter of skill, which all may attain if they will. But every jockey must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he's made the best use of his time, he's too weak, he'll so carefully lime, that every bird will come down at his word, whatever its plumage or climb. He must learn that the thrill of a touch may mean little or nothing or much. It's an instrument where to be handled with care, and ought to be treated as such. Ought to be treated as such. It is purely a matter of skill, which all may attain if they will. But every jockey must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill. And a glance may be timid or free. It may vary in mighty degree, from an impudent stare to a look of despair that no maid without pity can see. And a glance of despair is no guide. It may have its ridiculous side. It may draw you at ear or a box on the ear. You can never be sure till you've tried. Never be sure till you've tried. Come on. It is purely a matter of skill, which all may attain if they will. But every jockey must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill. Of his Jill. But every jockey must study his Jill if he wants to make sure of his Jill. Yes, every jock must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his
Now watch. It's done like this. Elsie, there is one here who, as you know, loves you well.
Aye, that he does right well.
He is but a simple man of poor estate, but he has a loving, honest heart. He will be a true and trusty husband to you, and if you will be his wife, why, you shall lie curled up in his heart like a little squirrel in its nest.
That's a pretty image. A maggot in a nut lies closer, but a squirrel will do.
He knows you were a wife, an unloved, unloving wife, and his poor heart was near to breaking. But now that your unloving husband is dead, and you're free, he would pray you give him hope that one day you might be his.
He presses a hand and whispers in her ear. Odds bodkins, what does this mean?
Now, sweetheart, tell me, will you be this poor good fellow's wife?
If the good, brave man would be Is he actually brave?
So men say.
Well, that's not true, but let it pass.
Oh, if then the good man would be content with a poor, penniless, untaught maid.
Widow, but let that pass.
Then with my heart of hearts I will be his true and loving wife.
My own dear love.
Why, what's all this? Hey, brother! Brother! This is unseemly!
I can't let that pass. Master Leonard, enough! An advocate should have his fee, but methinks you're overpaying yourself.
That is for Elsie to say. I promised I would show you how to woo, and here lies the proof of my teaching. Now go and apply it elsewhere.
When a wooer goes a-wooing, not his joy, than his joy.
Pain and hushing, all his suing, boldly blushing, bravely coy. Bravely coy, boldly blushing.
Oh, the happy days of doom.
Oh, the happy days of doom. Oh, the sighing and the suing. When the wooer goes a-wooing, oh, the sweets that never cloy. When a brother leaves his sister for another, sister weeps. 'Tis that mickle, 'tis that blister, 'tis but mickle sister reaps. 'Tis that trickle, 'tis that blister.
Oh, the doing and undoing.
Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing and the suing. When a brother goes a-wooing, and the sobbing sister weeps.
When a jester is outwitted, feelings fester, heart is led. Food for fishes only fitted, jester wishes he were dead. Food for fishes only fitted, jester wishes he were dead.
Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing and the suing. When the jester goes a-wooing, and he wishes he were dead. Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing and the suing. When the jester goes a-wooing, and he wishes he were dead. He wishes he were dead.
I kept his secret and did everything I could think of to make folk believe that I was his dearly loving sister. And did everything I could think of to make folk believe I was his loving sister. And this is his gratitude.
In tears? What the plague are you grizzling about now?
Why am I grizzling? You have often wept for jealousy. Well, it's for jealousy that I weep now. Yes, yellow, bilious, jaundiced, unattractive jealousy. So make the most of it, Wilfrid.
But I have never given you any cause for jealousy.
Jealous of you? I'm not jealous of some craven cock on a hill who crowed about what he'd do if he dared.
Oh, no.
I am jealous of another, a better man. And he's to marry Elsie Maynard, the pale little fool. And my heart is, well, near broken. There, you have it all.
The man you love is to marry Elsie Maynard. Why, isn't that none other than your brother, Leonard Merrill?
Oh, Lord, what have I said?
Why, what manner of brother is this? Speak, you lying little jade. Who is this man whom you have called brother and fondled and coddled and kissed, oh Lord? Ah, is it this Fairfax? It is! It is this accursed Fairfax. It's Fairfax. Fairfax who
you have just shot through the head and who now lies at the bottom of the river.
Ah. I may have been mistaken. We are but fallible mortals, the best of us. But I'll make sure. I'll go and make sure.
Stop! One word. I think it cannot be Fairfax. Mind, I say I think, because you've just slain Fairfax. But whether it be Fairfax or no Fairfax, he's to marry Elsie, and as you've just shot him through the head and he is now dead, be content with that, and I'll be thy wife.
My wife? Are you sure?
Sure enough, there's no hope for it. You're an oaf, but even oafs must marry, I suppose.
My beloved.
Oh, I bring glad tidings. Colonel Fairfax's reprieve was signed 2 days ago, but was maliciously kept back by Clarence Poltwhistle, who designed that it should arrive after the colonel's death. It has just come by hand and is now in the lieutenant's possession.
So the colonel is finally free! Oh, kiss me, my darling! Mwah. Kiss me again. Mwah. And again! Mwah.
Odds bobs, death of my life! Art thou mad? Am I mad? Are we all mad?
Oh, my dear! I am crazed with joy!
Come away from him, you hussy! You jade! Thou kissing, clinging cockatrice! And as for you, sir, the devil take thee! I'll rip you like a herring for this. I'll cleave you to the chine. Oh, Phoebe. Phoebe, who is this man?
Peace, fool. This is my brother.
Another brother? Are there any more of them? Produce them all at once and just let me know the worst.
This is the real Leonard Merrill dolt. The other was but a substitute. The real Leonard, I say. My father's own son.
Sister.
How do I know this? Has he brother writ large on his brow? I mistrust all your brothers.
Now, Wilfrid, truly, we did deceive you. But it was to save a precious life. Not for me, but for another, and they're to be wed this very day. Is that not enough for you? Come. I'm your little Phoebe. Your very own. And we're to be wed. in a year? Or 2? Or 3 at the most? Is that not enough for you?
Have you heard the news?
Yes, Father!
Oh, I'm nigh mad with joy. Why, what's all this?
Father, he has discovered a plot to help Fairfax escape.
Through my folly. And the price of his silence is...
Phoebe's heart.
Oh, God, no. Phoebe's hand.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
I know. But the truth is, dear Leonard, that Fairfax had to be saved at any cost. Now, run and see if the lieutenant is ready to deliver the colonel's reprieve. Oh, Dame Carruthers.
So, there has been a plot to shield this archfiend Fairfax, and I have detected it. Just one word from me, and it seems 3 more heads would roll from their shoulders.
But Colonel Fairfax is finally reprieved.
True. Though if our complicity in his escape were made known to the lieutenant...
Then this wicked tower must be fed with blood.
Hang on a minute. I had absolutely nothing to do with Fairfax's escape. I hate that man.
Oh, and how do you think we broke into his cell?
Eyes are fully open to a tricky situation.
I should go to the lieutenant. I should make him an oration.
We could tell him she's uncovered our forgotten moral senses.
But she doesn't care to halfpenny for any consequences.
Now we do not wish to perish here and never more walk free.
And especially since my part in this was losing was more key.
Though a word or two of compliment her vanity might flatter.
But if we've to die tomorrow, then it really doesn't matter.
No, 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 it really doesn't matter. No, it really doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter. If you had not been quite so mad and generally silly, I'd have offered my advice upon this subject willy-nilly. I'd show you in a moment how to grapple with the question, and you'd all have been astonished at the force of my suggestions. You'd find I could have written the most valuable letter full of excellent suggestions to rid Fairfax of his debtor. But at present I'm afraid that no matter how you flatter, I'll just sing this song from Ruddy Gore. It really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter. No, it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
Are you sure it doesn't matter?
No, it really doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter.
If I had been so lucky as to have a steady mother who could talk to me as we are talking now to one another.
Do you think this is the time to
talk
go on
about
about
your
your mother?
mother now?
Seriously? Oh my God.
Who could give me sound advice when she discovered I was erring, which is just the very favour which on you I am conferring. My existence would have made a rather interesting idyll, and I might have lived and died a jolly decent individual. But the trouble with this rapid, unintelligible patter is it's generally not heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter. If it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter. If it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid, unintelligible patter isn't generally heard. If it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid, unintelligible patter isn't generally heard. And if it is, it doesn't matter. There's nothing for it. Hush, pretty one. Such words ill become those cherry lips.
Sergeant Merrill!
Well, look, Chuck, for many a month I've thought to myself, there's a snug little love saving up in that middle-aged bosom for someone. And why not for you? That's me. So, take heart and tell her that's you, that's me. Love her, you. Oh, well, I'm a miserable old man, and there I bloody well gone and done it, and that's just me.
So, Sergeant, the price of my silence is?
Merrill's heart.
Not Merrill's hand?
It's the same thing.
Indeed, it is.
news, good or ill, it is for thee to say. Thy husband lives, and he is free, and comes to claim his bride this very day.
No, recall those words, it cannot be.
Leonard Meadow set aside. Thou art mine own, I claim thee as my bride.
Thou art his own, and as he claims thee as his bride.
Sir, I stand here hoping above all thine heart will yield to pity's call.
Thine is a heart of massive rock, unmoved by sentimental shock.
Thy husband lives.
Leonard, my loved one, come to me. They bear me hence away. But though they take me far from thee, my heart is thine forever. My bruised heart, my broken heart, is thine, my own forever. Is Sir, I obey. I am thy bride. But in the theatre I said the say that placed me in thy power, would I had died. Sir, I obey. I am thy bride. Leonard! With happiness my soul is glad. This is a journey on the light.
Yes, with gladness my soul's abide. This is the journey on the Lord. With gladness my soul's abide. This is the journey on the
Oh, thoughtless crew, you know not what you do. Attend to me and shed a tear or two, for I have a song to sing. Oh, it is sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Oh, It's the song of a merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song,
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing, who love with a love life long. Oh, it's a song of a merry maid nestling